Oh.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee.
But we seem to be in different places.
Just trying something new.
Sonny's always in his place.
Yes, and now he's Mr. O's problem. But of course, the cards are my problem, so I'll be dealing with that over here. And hey, I'm in my greens, celebrating spring and St. Patty's Day up and coming. A little early, but you know me. All right, so let's see. Today, I'm going to use the deck I used on Thursday night and for my material matters, and then I'll switch. For the collective today, how's that look, Mr. O? Let's get that camera.
Well, that one is, because of its odd size, you can't get the whole cover unless you go back far enough. But
so it's the Goddess Inspiration Oracle by Chris Walder. And I'm... Whatever. I have that delay, too, which makes it hard for me. I need to look at your camera when I'm doing that, I guess.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do. All right, so I will shuffle, and I will let Mr. O pick one for us. It was really interesting. For material matters, I picked a nice spring goddess. See what happens now. Choose wisely. What do you have?
Astarte.
Astarte. Wow. Okay, there she is, Astarte. All right, and it says on there, use the past as a lesson. Move forward with love. Astarte is the Queen of Heaven. So let's take a look here real quick, a little background on Astarte. Eternity, stars, and sexuality. This Assyrian goddess is one of the most ancient deities honored by humanity. Her shrine dates from Neolithic period of the Stone Age. Honored as the Queen of Heaven, Astarte was thought to rule over the stars, who are believed to be the brightly shining spirits of the dead. This connection to death also suggests another function of Astarte as a goddess of war. However, most consider Astarte an early incarnation of Aphrodite, the Greek fertility goddess whose Roman counterpart is Venus. As such, Astarte is associated with sexuality and love. One of the symbols for Astarte is a circle surrounding a star representing the planet Venus. Don't forget, use the past as a lesson. Move forward with love. That's what I have for the collective today.
Alrighty.
Yep, Sunny Bunny is with us. All he had to heard us say was, did he hear you say you were sending the link?
I was sending the link.
And he bounced up here. Seriously. So he's all in on the show today. So Mr. O, what kind of decks you got for us today?
Well, I have the Dame Fortune's Wheel.
Okay. I'm going to grab...
The Karma Tarot. Karma Music
forgot
Tarot.
One. Hold on. The Dame Fortune's Wheel. And is that the...
That's the significator, an extra card to be a significator.
And the Ace of Swords from
the Karma Music Tarot.
Karma Music Tarot. The ginormous deck.
And then from the English Magic Tarot, it's the Three of Cups.
Well, I'm going to have a little problem positioning, but I'm getting there. It'll get better, Mr. O.
I hope so.
Oh.
Because I know somebody else who could use a good job.
He's ready to replace me. Oh, my. All right. So we'll just start with the simple one, the Lenormand first. I'm going to be using today the cute little Lenormand. There's the child in that deck. It's so cute. And I love this deck. It's very whimsical. And because we're keeping with the theme of women and Women's History Month, we are still using I think this one's a keeper for the month. I'm going to keep using it. The Housewives Tarot. Here is the Knight of Wands in this deck. It's very cute.
Are you sure it's not Dennis the Menace? It looks like that kind of kitsch from that era.
Could very well be, Mr. O. And then, trying to dig it out, I've got tea and water here, precariously. The Wheel of Fortune, Elizabeth I. From the Women's History, the Our Story Tarot, which I really do like. I want to get into that more and do a deep dive into that one. And then I'm using the Light Seers Tarot just because it's so gorgeous.
Chariot?
The Chariot.
Oh, and thank you. She is, isn't she?
Finally, was that it? Light Seers, Housewives, Our Story. Yes, I guess that's it.
And we're actually wearing complementary outfits. I'm wearing a lot of green, too.
Oh, thank you. My hair is all wet and tied back, to be honest with you. But thank you. I wanted to be in green today. I'm in a green mood. I didn't play the lottery much today, but I did play the Fantasy 5, so fingers crossed on that one. Could use a little pot of gold like my earrings here. Okay. So, we ready to go? Do you want me to go over the list?
Sure.
Oh, announcements of the webpage is coming along. We're going to be testing, it's still offline. We're going to be testing some, adding some videos to the site and see how seamless that is. They're going to be working out some other finer points, but we are getting much, much closer now. So stay tuned.
Cool beans.
Flower Girl, you came in first according to this, and then Aaliyah, My Sweet Christina, Mama Teresa, Angel Rivera, Angel Mary, K Dash, and Acel. Did I miss anybody who popped in, Mr. O, or is that it for now?
I don't believe you have.
All right.
Yes, there was another reason why we changed our arrangement too, because we were having problems with a particular power resource, and we thought we would try hooking in the main computer somewhere else and see if that worked better. And so far, it seems to be.
Okay.
All right, there's Flower Girl.
Yep, I got Flower Girl's question.
Very good.
What will the next few weeks be like? Okay, let's take a look. You want to use one of yours?
Sure, I got one here. Okay. We'll use the Dame Fortune.
Okay.
And you can just throw the significator up there. It won't really matter.
Okay.
Just as a design.
Also munching on some healthy grapes. And they are good.
And there you go.
Thank you, Mr. O.
Hello there. Hello there.
Oh, hi, Nicole. No, the list isn't full, but it's a little long. Nicole. I think you're 8th or 9th down the list.
Which should be no problem, as long as you're around when we call for you.
Yeah, I'll put you on.
It was nice for you to drop in last time. I seem to remember you from a while back, too, because I mentioned that when I saw your name in the waiting list, and Banshee wasn't sure if she remembered, but I thought I remembered you might have been here some time ago.
It's just my old brain cells. All right.
Or I'm wrong. Nicole Kelly could be actually just common-sounding name.
Okay, so let's take a look at the weeks ahead. Let's see what we have. Okay, we have the 10 of Wands, and that is...
Reversed.
Reversed, which is, I think, the way we like to see it here, in this house anyway. And then we have, though, Judgment. Judgment is reversed.
A little further back. Yeah, I like that.
There we go.
Do you want to hand off the significator?
Yeah, the significator's in my way. I'll get this in here instead. Okay. And then finally, we have the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords is upright.
So it's 2 10s, right?
It is 2 10s. It's really interesting to me. On the one hand, we have maybe an easing of burdens, like stress is kind of dissipating. But on the other hand, I see stress. And I think that stress may be coming from others.
Well, it's not only stress. It's not only stress. That was the 10, right?
The 10 of Swords.
Yeah. So traditionally, it may mean like somebody really majorly interfering with your plans or with you in general, and so. To me, because those 2 10s are there and then the Judgment card reversed, it may be saying that there's a likelihood that you're going to be faced with some decisions or some possibilities, and you have to be really careful what you choose, because it looks to me like you could release yourself from some things, but then maybe you could also just sort of open yourself up to some other bad influences. So it looks like it's a do or die, or choose carefully, choose wisely.
Yeah, I mean, if I took these in the order that they came in, I'm looking at Judgment reversed first, right? So Judgment reversed was not what? No, it was the 10 of Wands. I'm sorry, right. The 10 of Wands was reversed. And it's as if, I think what it's saying is, you have to ease yourself of some of the stress and burdens being caused by others who seem to be interfering with your plans.
Well, another thing about Judgment reversed too is that maybe indicating that you have to kind of switch gears from certain mode of thought to basically practicalities, and that things that are more about a spiritual connection or mental emotional connections are not going to get the job done, that you might have to really work with physical, material, mundane practicalities, making sure certain processes happen or certain papers are signed or things like that. Oh, look at him. He just likes that.
Oh, I bet he does, but he can't have it. And it's artificial, son man.
I know. He'll find that out. So I think that's what's happening there too, is that you have to focus on real life issues, maybe instead of, the arts or something else you might be interested in. And that there's really a way this could go either way.
Well, let's see what the Lenormand will add on this. Oh. We have the Moon first, Mr. O, I'm just showing you, and then the Whip.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we have, I drew the Moon card first, the Lenormand, and then the Whip. So I think that whatever this is, this may have something to do with, I almost wonder if it's in the material world in some way, whether it's in the workplace or whether it's in school. This is just really odd to me, but you've got the Moon here, which is a card of the workplace or success, and the Whip, which sometimes is an aggressive action, maybe an argument, a disagreement, with somebody at the workplace or, someplace, some organization or group that you belong to. I'm kind of sensing that about this now.
Well, now I'm wondering really if this decision or this option to go a couple ways is rooted in the fact that there's a mystery or there's a possibility that there is purposeful deception going on with somebody. Maybe it's the person that's indicated by that 10 of Swords, the person that could actually just really challenge some of your authority or cause some problems there. But that this whole thing will happen rather quickly, because that's what the Whip says. And it's kind of interesting too, because in a way the judgment reverse scenario sort of talks about something semi or calamitous that just really brings abrupt reflection on your life's course or where you're going in your life. The fur baby is shedding a lot.
Yes, this is Sunny, one of our 3. They're turning 7 this month. So, okay, Cinderella, I see you posted a question. We have a list. I'll add your name to the list. You're going to be like about the 9th person now. So, just check back with us or stick around so that you don't lose your spot. And welcome to the show. Aaliyah, you are up. That's what we have for you. Flower Girl, I hope that made some sense and helped.
Oh, you have a fan club out there.
Aw. Well, thank you, thank you.
So stick around,
I'll
Cinderella.
have to wear green more often.
What's up, baby? He's purring so loud.
Okay. How do we want to do that?
A yes or no, I think. Use one of
Well,
yours?
let's use the Silly Housewives Tarot. All right. Oh, stop it with the nice compliments. Jeez. No, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not much into fashion, I'll say, but I am into color.
So neither of us are Irish, but we're wearing green today. And then to just throw another little wrench into it, because, you know, the other colors of Ireland are orange, we have Sunny here too. So we're just mucking it up a little bit here. But we
Sonny
support.
can't change his coat. Now, we could try to put him in a sweater, but, no. Not into wrestling with my cats. Oh, is that Sanjib?
Hi, Sanjib.
We'll get you on the list, Sanjib. You're about number 10, I think. Good to see you.
All right.
Okay, yes, no. Well, Leah, it's leaning towards no. We have one ace. It's the Ace of Cups. Let me move it back a little. Reversed. That's just indicating it's leaning towards no. We have the Nine of Swords, and that is upright. And then we have...
You reversed it.
I know it. The Magician. I'm sorry, it was reversed. I know I did that. I know I
Can't
did.
get away with that stuff with me,
Let's,
Banshee.
Mr. O. So let's see. This is not important, so let's leave these two out because we know it's leaning towards no. The Magician and the Nine of Swords. Well, I think somebody is still dealing with the fallout, whatever it is, if they haven't, they're still dealing with things, and there's some disappointment here or disharmony. And also, I feel like they aren't really trying too hard.
Well, it's either that or else it could be that they're not trying too hard, or that somehow their skill sets, quote unquote, aren't really matching the situations they're trying to change or trying to get away from or resolve. So it may be that they're just not equipped really mentally or otherwise to kind of deal with a particular situation. Some of that may seem to be concerned about worries or anxiety, but once again, I'm getting the feeling that it's not really very immediate to them. And so the thing is that maybe they're being asked to help somebody out, but because of this distance or aloofness, they don't really know exactly what they should do or how they can help. So they're not really sure how they can help, and maybe it's about the situation with you. Like maybe they feel they do need to reach out to you, but maybe they're not sure how to do that. Maybe they're not trusting themselves, or they're wondering what their capability is to reach out to you at this time. And maybe there's something about anxieties or problems.
Well, Nicole, actually, you're number 7 now. I might have miscounted by 1, but we're on Aaliyah, so you're number 7 now. So Cinderella's number 8 and Sanjib is number 9.
And we apologize. We do everything we can to maintain the list the best way possible. So, we apologize if we make mistakes, but we really do try not to. Last time, we actually forgot somebody totally, a person who always checks in with us. And so we were really kind of sad about that. So we apologize to that person. I hope they know who they are.
So I'm going to toss some Lenormand for you too, Aaliyah, see what's going on. But my feeling is that they're not done dealing with some worries or stress or anxieties are keeping them from, I think, contacting you at this time. And also, I just don't feel they're at their best right now. The Magician is reversed and it indicates, if anything, I feel it means they're just not prepared, to talk to you. You might want to let it be a little longer. Let me see what we get with the Lenormand. Wow. So we have your card, the querent, the person asking the question. And along with that, we have the ship. The ship is basically, its movement and its travel. So I'm wondering here, since it came with your card, first off, you might have to be the one to make the first move. I will say that. But second off, this might be telling you that maybe it's just time to move away for a while, and not confront the issue.
And my thought was maybe it's really on the other hand that maybe what you will find is that they're physically or maybe mentally moving away from the situation too. Maybe part of the reason why they've been absent is that they have something else big going on, and it might involve a real big change, a locational change or some sort of change. So that's what we have.
So that's what we have for you, Aaliyah. Good luck with that.
And I'm about ready to have an itchy, sneezy attack because little sunny hairs are all over.
My sweet Christina, you are up. And after my sweet Christina is Mama T, Angel Rivera, Angel Mary, Kate Dash, Acel, Nicole, Cinderella, and Sanjay.
All right. Thanks, Aaliyah.
Hang in there.
Okay. Yes or no?
Yeah, your deck.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to use the English Magic Tarot. Nice question there.
Oh, wow. I'm just looking at that story again. Interesting. Let's see what we get. Oops.
And I'll remind everybody that Banshee Show dropped this morning on YouTube, The Material Matters. So check that out for your weekly tarot keys to success in business, education, and finance. Also on Friday, my show, Oberon's Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges, the weekly forecast on the emotional currents and undercurrents in your life. That was on Friday. So we hope you can enjoy those.
And don't forget to like our page if you haven't already. We appreciate that.
So this is accounting, right? I guess I'll just do it
here. You said
here.
yes, no, so yes. Oh,
Sorry.
wow.
Did I do that right? Either way, I think I did it right because...
But it's leaning towards yes,
Strongly
right?
leaning towards yes. Well, let's count this off.
That's interesting what you're saying here.
Okay, so you had two aces, which tell us that the question is strongly yes. And then, curiously enough, you have this card.
Hang on here. Nicole, I'm not sure what you're talking about. You are number 7 or 6 on the list now. I have not changed anything. You're still where I found you in the beginning of the show. So just hang in there and we'll get to you. These are free readings. We're taking our time doing this for everybody. Just be patient.
I'm not going to get involved in screen shots or anything, but we basically go through the list the way it presents on the chat to us. That's our only guide, really. And you were down. You're past Estelle. You're past Angel Mary and Angel Rivera. And you're right after Flower Girl.
Flower Girl?
Right, who asked her question. I mean, you came in right after Angel Mary, but it was right after Flower Girl asked her first question of the reading.
Yeah. So we already started our readings and had a list built, Nicole. So we're going
our biggest fault is we tend to give everybody as much time as we can. We try to give a good reading. We don't try to just quickly go through the readings.
Okay, so you have the Lovers reversed, correct?
Yes, that's the other card.
So what's interesting about that is I think this just does leave some question to me. I really do. I wonder if it's just coming up so strongly, yes, because, your mother, wanted you to believe it so. But I think there's room for doubt here, that maybe more investigation needs to be done. I can't say conclusively. It's leaning towards yes, but I wonder. I want to toss the Lenormand now and see if we can go into that just a little bit more. My sweet Christina.
That is interesting, and I don't know if there's any possibility that you and the brother or her and her brother possibly had different parents. I mean, when I look at the Lover reversed, there's always this idea about vice and virtue, and wondering if, all things being considered equal, somebody, had, a relationship with more than one person, and that maybe, the streams crossed, as they say. So it is interesting. I don't know that we can conclusively tell you without, seeing DNA or knowing how that worked. So you have the Scythe with the Lenormand.
Yeah,
and then you have the Mice.
It might be a little bit difficult getting to the bottom of all of this, I feel. There's some troubles here you have to kind of work your way through to get to the facts, I feel. I think that there is something not quite kosher here. Might be some little lies, some little mistruths.
Right. There's all kinds of scenarios that used to happen many years ago. Sometimes people felt that they could not raise a child, so they let the child be raised by one of their siblings, and then confusing things happened with that. That actually happened in my family. I have an aunt who thinks that she's not really the aunt, she's really the child of another aunt. It's all complicated. So I've heard about these things. I also know on the other side of my family that somebody came over from the old country, and they were supposed to bring their wife and children, but they never did, and they just ended up remarrying somebody new and having children here. And so we found out that there was a whole line of cousins or half-cousins still back in the old country. Sorry.
You know what? I would just say keep digging. You're just going to have to keep digging to uncover this, Maybe somebody has some facts that they're not sharing. So keep at it, I would say. And good luck with that.
Good luck. Thanks for the question.
And hey, Mama T, you are up. And after Mama T is Angel Rivera, then Angel Mary, K Dash, Acel, Nicole, Cinderella, and Sanjin.
Okay.
Well, I don't blame you. People could say, a lot of grief later if they just tell the truth and get it over with, you know. Why people got to cover things up the way they do, and it's just a big hot mess later. I don't know.
Well, it's like soap operas. Somebody always believes that they're helping out if they preserve somebody's, parent identity. Sometimes people convince themselves they have the right reason to do it. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? How do you want to do that?
I don't know.
Well, let's say that if children or younger people are represented by pages, maybe we could shuffle the cards, and then after the first page, the first numbered card after that.
Okay, well, let's try it. I'm game. Let's try it. On one of my decks, right? Yeah.
Now, of course, that may not answer all of the question, because how many are in heaven, but maybe that would be the card after that. Unless, of course, it's a greater number.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're going to wing this one, Mama T.
Yeah, we're going to kind of wing it on this one, I think. We'll see what comes out that looks... but I like the idea of using the pages. I do.
Well, and then I guess you could do that with the Lenormand, because there is a child, and then the first numbered card after that. But of course,
well, the cards around the child might provide us more information.
That too,
I have an idea
that
for that one.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. I'll shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
You be a good boy and settle down here.
Yeah.
Such a good boy. Yes, you are. Now when you want a court card, you can't find one.
That's okay. There's a page of pentacles.
Okay.
And so the card before it...
I thought I said after it.
Oh, after it.
Well, that's what I meant.
Okay. It's another page.
Well, the first numbered card after it.
Gotcha.
That's what I said.
Okay. You're right, because... Well, Temperance is number 14. So that would be 5.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's just the 5 that are in heaven.
I see, because I was sort of thinking of the pips, so I wasn't necessarily thinking of major arcana.
6.
But maybe that...
What's really interesting about this card, Malati, is that, there's kind of a tie to the past or family or nostalgia of the past, trying to look back at your past. So that's why I think it's interesting that he wanted the first numbered pip card, and we came across the 6 of Cups after this page. So I do think that there could have been 6 of you, maybe not more. And maybe it's not counting things like you said. If she would punch her stomach in that, miscarriages, it depends on how you look at when life begins, right? So, miscarriages might be something that's not counted here. There may have been some miscarriages besides. But I would say as far as children go, there were at least 6.
Excuse me.
Is there anything else you want to do with this one? You know what?
You
That's
said
right.
do
The Lenormand. Let me see if I can get more information on this situation. Trying something with the Lenormand, Mama T. This is kind of part of a reading we're going to offer people. So I want to test it. All right. So I'll look for the child. course, when I want it, there it is. So I find the child, and I take the 2 cards before the child, and the 2 cards, if there are 2, after the child. All right. So basically, the child is just a significator here, for the type of reading you wanted. And the cards before it came out the Clover. And the Key was the second card I drew. So basically, it would be the other way around. But the key is fate and timing played a role in whatever went on, back then. Timing, maybe it just, wasn't good to have so many children in a row. Maybe there was poverty angle. Maybe there was abuse. Whatever the case may be, it seemed as though timing was involved. Do you want to add anything to that?
I guess so, but then I'm wondering what the clover means. Is that the...
That's the synchronicity, timing, fate, luck.
Okay, yeah, I was looking for the luck word.
It's kind of wheel-like in a way. Next is the Fox card. And the Bear. Which I get the feeling that your mother, your mother was probably trying to make ends meet. I feel that, she wanted to be more nurturing, but there was some issues, there was some issues. She had to be careful and cunning about things. I'm not sure if this makes sense to you.
It may have been that it was a balancing act, that when she needed to be fierce mama bear for whatever, her domain was, whether it was the children or just the family in general, she was. But if she needed to be a little bit more on the sneaky side or clever side or, even deceitful side, she could be that too. So she had mixed qualities.
She definitely had mixed qualities. And I think, that there was something to do with her feelings about, time, and maybe it was the fact that she felt that, that it was not in her, maybe it was a little bit of selfish thinking here, that she wanted her time and her fate to not be revolving around a lot of children, So
well,
she tried not to.
Mama
I
Teresa
have a feeling
says,
she wasn't totally into it. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know why. I have the feeling she isn't totally into it. This fox, to me, sometimes the fox can mean a woman who, could be I don't want to put it this way, it's your mother, but it's a seductress or somebody who is, maybe, I'm not saying selling her body or anything like that, but might have had more than one relationship going or trying to. Is possible as well. So there was conflicting and competing things going on in her mind about where she needed to be. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I'm pulling from these cards for you.
All right.
Interesting question, though, Mama T. And thank you for that. We're on Angel Rivera. Hey, Angel. And then we have Angel Mary, Kate Dash, Estelle, and Nicole. And then Cinderella and Sanjib after that.
Yeah, it was. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like using the Lenormand that way. It's an interesting reading, the 5-line. I usually do that for myself pretty frequently. But that's one of the spreads we're going to be offering on our, on our website. You can do the line with or without a significator. So you can have 5 cards and no significator just to see where things are trending. Or if you have a question on a particular topic, you can do it that way.
You're welcome, Mama.
Look at the week ahead. The Light Seers, absolutely. I love this deck.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a lot of favorites. Oh, here, shuffle.
See,
Shuffle,
that was
why
one of
don't
those things
you?
about
I think I'll have a grape.
switching sides here as you're forgetting me.
I am?
Seems that way. That's
I
twice
could never
now.
forget you, Mr. O.
Okay.
Sonny's tongue is partially hanging out.
That's funny.
Oh, he's in sleep mode. All right. Well, got some court card action here. We have the Queen of Cups, and that's reversed. We have the Page of Wands, and that is upright. And then finally, we have the Ace of Wands, and that is reversed. God, it's such a beautiful card. It is. But it's reversed, sadly. So, Queen of Cups upright. You know, it seems...
No, it's reversed.
Oh, I'm sorry, reversed, yes. You know, it seems as though there may be some trouble getting something off the ground here. I'm looking at the Page of Wands, which is something positive generally, but then we have the Ace of Wands reversed. And I'm feeling as though, you know, your intent is to get motivated to do something this week. And, you know, it just seems like it's hard to get going. It's hard to get it going. Maybe there's no support for what you're trying to do, whether it's at home or whether it's at work, Angel. So I think it's going to cause a little bit of disappointment when I look at the Queen of Cups reversed here.
Right, with the Page and the Ace of Wands, I think it's a message or it's news about a project that's stalling or isn't working well. And maybe depending on where your investment in it is, it's going to drive you a little crazy, or it's going to drive somebody else a little bit emotionally crazy. They're going to just be upset, and maybe people might feel that there's other agendas there. Maybe will be suspicious or feel suspicion in some way too, because I think it's that emotional out of whack element there with the Queen of Cups. Because maybe this was really something that it seemed like it was working out, and now all of a sudden it's just sort of skewed. And it could be direction too. It could be about the communication, the direction, like maybe just skewed communications is just causing some of the upset. Yeah.
That could be.
Well,
yeah.
and it's causing the mixed emotions.
Okay. And, you know, I hear you about that with the vaccine. Yeah. Oh, really? Like it's your fault. It's funny. Why don't they offer it? I mean, you know, I worked for a place that offers it, but of course I'm no longer employed there, so I lose out. And the thing is, I am on one list right now, but I need to get on more apparently, because I don't know how long it's going to be, how long the wait. So I'm just going to have to try to shop around to get that vaccine myself. But let me do the Lenormand for you and see if we can add to this, see if it gives any clues what this might be about.
Well, yeah, see, because that Ace of Wands sort of is like, you know, a card of good health and stuff too, in a way. So this is saying like there's just a delay with this prospect of your shot.
Oh, it's
maybe.
reversed. Yeah.
Hopefully it will clear up. It seems to me like it's just a matter of some of the distribution stuff finally falling into place.
This is funny. You know, what's really funny about this is because, okay, you got the partner card, which of course this could be your significant other, but maybe it's your workplace, you know, your partner, your institution you work for. And They're cracking the whip on you. The pressure's on to get this vaccine. It's like, there are so many people trying to get this vaccine right now. I mean, I don't know what they expect. More volume has to come out, and at least it looks like the prospects are good that more vaccine is moving. So it's probably just a matter of time.
Well, this could just be saying that to some degree, you might be able to kind of use that to turn the tables back and just say, well, you got to help me out too, or you got to show us the way, because obviously they have a little bit more outreach than you would have or any individual would have.
That's true. I really think everybody in education, from libraries to, professors to kindergarten teachers, should be getting that vaccine. Because that's the one thing that everybody has been wanting to normalize again. But who am I to say? But that's what we have for you, Angel. Good luck with that. Well, we'll see. We'll just have to see. I hope they're right. So that's what we have for Angel Rivera. Angel Mary, you are up. And after Angel Mary is K Dash, Estelle, Nicole, Cinderella.
It is a bit ambitious, I think, yeah. It's more likely to be about a year from now, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, we should probably do a coronavirus update video, Maybe it's about time.
Yep. All right, Angel.
Yep, Angel Mary, are you with us?
There's their question.
Oh, okay. I don't see it. Oh, there it is.
Me turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I use Karma Music. Aw. Sunman. Aw.
So do we want to do kind of my reading? The one with the person that... We might get some timing out of that, and if not, we can see if Lenormand can help. Well, there are a lot of lessons that come out of this virus, that's for sure.
Okay. So we have 3 cards. The Fool reversed.
Oh, no, you're supposed to look for a court card.
Whoops.
Yes. Might be easier. Except when we want... Oh, well, we'll take it. Okay, that's all right. So we have the Queen of Coins. So it looks like an earth sign might be entering your life. Somebody who has the potential to be a very caring... Well, it's reversed. It appears to me that they may be a little bit aloof, actually. Let me take back what I was going to say. They may be a little bit of a... How should I say this? Maybe a loner kind of person?
I think there's some loner stuff there, but I also think, too, that they're a person who maybe is a hard worker, but doesn't always feel like they're getting the rewards they want. So I'm not saying it's an attitudinal thing. It's just like sort of like they're sort of always working hard, and they haven't found their success yet. So maybe they're working towards that still, and maybe that's something that will happen for you.
They seem to want, the rewards before they've really gotten to the point, in their development of receiving them. So I think that, as far as it goes, they're always striving in the workplace and maybe trying a little bit too hard to please people and to...
Well, I also have a sense, too, that maybe they're not really at the level of their skills that they think they are, and that they might need to really investigate more education, more skills, more training in something, because I just think that their ambition is high, but it isn't necessarily met by what their background would involve.
I think
yes, thank
they're
you,
definitely
Mama Teresa.
going to be.
Listen to Mama Teresa.
I think they're definitely going to be around your age. I feel there's no big age difference here. But you may, like I said, you may encounter it kind of difficult with them being kind of wedded to their job or their livelihoods in some degree.
Well, they're working towards their success, and the success just hasn't quite happened for them, so they're driven by that, and they just need to develop themselves more. Okay, so the next card
is a major arcana. All right. So we have the Lovers. The Lovers is reversed. So it's the theme. So I feel like this person or this relationship may, have some issues with coming to agreement on certain things that are important to each other. There may be a lot of differences of opinion and disputes about what should be done. I don't know how else to explain
So I actually question now with this one whether this, although this may be the next one, if this is really going to be a very fulfilling or long-term one, because I sort of feel like this relationship would have a lot of questioning of each other's values or not feeling aligned with each other's goals. And so there may be some things that bring you together, but there may be a little bit more that won't say this has forever written on it. And so with that Lovers reverse there too, I sort of feel like that, like as I said before, this person may be still working on developing themselves. The other thing too is that where they're not also developed is maybe certain levels of emotional maturity. That could be indicated by the Lovers reversed. And so the thing is that maybe they know how to love, but their stance on love maybe is still a little bit more superficial, is more guided by unrealistic things, like the fact that they might think they have more going than their skill sets would tell them. They're not a bad person. They just maybe have...
you just may encounter along the way that there's some incompatibilities.
Yeah. So the next card
is just whatever it is.
Oh.
So it's the Hierophant.
Yes.
The Hierophant reversed. So ultimately, where are things headed? I think things are headed in kind of a very non-traditional sense. I get the feeling that this, I'm not going to say this, it's really up in the air to me, Angel Mary, if this relationship can withstand the test of time. I think the key will be that everybody in the relationship has to be flexible.
While I sort of agree with that, I sort of also feel too that this reverse card sort of indicates this is not a person you'll marry. It doesn't mean that you won't have a relationship you want with them, but this is not a person you will marry. So maybe you'll just live forever with them and have children or whatever, but you won't marry this person, or I don't see that really with that card.
The thing about the High Priest is when it's upright, it can be somebody who is marrying somebody. It indicates marriage or traditional type things, but it's reversed here, which means you could have an unconventional kind of relationship. Maybe it'll be like, for example, long distance relationships, whatever the case may be. There's something rather unconventional about this.
You should do that, Lenormand.
And we're going to do that, Lenormand.
All right. So if you didn't get to us today, or if you couldn't wait long enough, do consider coming back on Thursday. We live stream twice a week for 2 hours each time. Thursdays 7 to 9 p.m. and Sundays like now 2 to 4 p.m. And we do work a little bit of overtime occasionally too. So, we're sorry if we're so lengthy with some of our readings, but we really like what we do. So hopefully that's the big takeaway for everyone.
Did we get an idea of when from those cards at all?
I think this is actually myself because it's Pentacles, I think it's within this year. I think it's no more than a year or about a year or less.
Yeah, I'm looking at the fall, I think, or winter, I think. But here, I wanted to show you, Angel Mary, you've got the bouquet card, which is very interesting. We're going to get into this one, I think. And then you do have the ring card.
Oh, that's so interesting considering what I just said.
I know. Well, unconventional relationships, people who live together, sometimes withstand the test of time as well. But I would say here that this person is going to kind of want to, I think maybe more than you. I don't know why I'm getting this, but I'm going to go with it. More than you, Angel Mary, this person is going to be the one who kind of wants to commit. And they will be showering you with attention and maybe gifts or praise or things to make you feel good about yourself. But, some of the other issues involved with this person may not be your cup of tea.
Yeah, I'm sort of feeling that now, too, even more strongly, because I saw that with the Lovers Reverse, that maybe you're not exactly matched maturity-wise with them. It's not like they're a child, but they just have different expectations or a different mindset. Maybe it's cultural, maybe it's just their environment. And so I'm feeling like they might want to get married, but I'm thinking you will probably not feel that way. But you know what? If we're wrong and if it makes you happy, then...
Remember, the tarot's only a snapshot in time. I mean, it's all going to depend on, I think, too, how flexible and how open you are with one another. I do think that. So good luck with that, Angel Mary. K-Dash, you are up. And after K-Dash is Acel, and then Nicole, Cinderella, and Sandra.
All right. Good luck then, Angel. You're welcome.
Yeah, sometimes we have to go through some relationships that just don't work out before the right one hits. It's hard to say what's going to happen here, Angel Mary.
Okay, K-Dash has the career goals.
I think your deck is up, isn't it?
Sure. I'll use the Dame Fortune's wheel.
Okay. Oh, there's 2 grapes left. And then there were none.
Those are tasty little grapes.
Aw.
Why, thank you. And I just made a little promo for that too. Goth Tarot, which is my weekly look with shadows and darker imagery. It's a short collective reading, and hopefully it makes you understand where some of the problems are in your life and what you can do about them.
All right, let's see what's going on with career here for Kay. Okay. The 8 of Swords is reversed. Wow. The Ace of Swords is upright. All swords.
Well, I would say that maybe you want to be in something with medical, like maybe doing interventionist kind of work, surgery even. Or I'm thinking it's something to do with military, law enforcement, administrative kind of things.
Yeah, sometimes this even means government service. It could mean legal. It could be, like he said, law enforcement. But it looks to me that...
Is that the 8 or what is that?
That's the 8 of Swords reversed. So it looks to me like clearly you want to move towards something. You feel like you have been stuck, and now you are busting out and saying it's time to do something about this. And the Ace of Swords supports you in that. I mean, the Ace of Swords is about starting something, that could achieve a great victory or success for yourself. This clearly is the beginning of some type of successful path that you are looking for. And the Two of Swords, again, is showing this kind of stalemate. It's almost the exact opposite, in a way, somewhat of the exact opposite of the 8 of Swords reversed. Because this is telling you can finally move, and this one's telling you, well, wait, hold back.
Well, I'm wondering, were you in some sort of military service or a national service, a project, a parks project, something where maybe you were released from that at some point, you left that, and some of those are the skills that maybe give you intelligence and or, other suitable skills, patience, the 2 of Swords, patience. So I'm saying, like, if that wasn't you, maybe those are the kind of benefits you could possibly get from being in some sort of service thing where you learn some skills. It's sort of apprenticeship kind of stuff in a way, but it's also really about undertaking goals too, which is what you're asking about.
I kind of also see this as, with the 2 of Swords here, the 2 of Swords is kind of saying to take a step back and reflect wisely. Sometimes when you get this 8 of Swords reversed, you're free to move, but in what direction do you move? There might be some confusion. So this is saying make sure you're clear. Make sure your decision is based on what you truly want. And, there's a successful vibration around this, so I think it's positive.
It seems to me like if you were really thinking long term, it sounds to me like you would probably benefit if you were in a program where you could learn administrative leadership type skills, or if you could have that kind of training, that your mind probably would adapt itself towards organizational kind of things.
Oh, well, that's nice. Thank you, Mama T.
Thank you.
We will check.
Thank you so much.
Usually we confirm that, so we let people know and we send our gratitude. All right. Let's see what we get here, Kay. Well. So there's the lily. And then there's the cross, which is kind of a challenging card from time to time. So, you know what? No pain, no gain. I think that, I think it's going to take some time for you to still sort things out. The lily is about maturation in a way. And in this case, I'm thinking of it in terms of, just getting in your mind truly the direction that you want to go in, to really let this germinate, really think about it, do some research, and come up with a decision that's going to be best for you. It's the cross is a grief card. The cross is worries. I think what it's saying is don't worry, because in time you will get there.
I think the placement of the cards doesn't exactly work towards what I'm about to say per how Banshee has told me to look at the cards. But I sort of feel like this is saying like maybe childhood is over. That's the grief, is like maybe there's a sense of really having to focus on what your grown-up goals are going to be. And if I recall right, you are a younger person. So maybe this is just you saying that this is also a moment really of reflection, saying, this is time for you to mature and, end the life you did have, which was more about being, somebody else's responsibility or not having full responsibility for yourself. You may always need to, live at home or to have certain relationships for people who can help you. But this is really about where it goes inside, where you really formulate what you want to be for the rest of your life or how you want to get there.
So I hope we've given you some food for thought there, K-Dash. I hope that helps. And we're going to move on to Estelle. Estelle's already wrote the question in.
Alrighty.
And after Estelle will be Nicole, and then Cinderella and Sanjay.
Okay.
All right. You know what? I'm going to go back to the light seers, I think, for this one. Okay, when? How do we want to do that?
Oh, you're in your 30s. Okay, well, you can still get away with it a little bit, but not for too much longer.
Well, I think that it's really time to just start exploring some of these professions you're most interested in more depth now, so that you can decide, what you want to do.
Excuse me. Hi, Anthony.
Hey, Anthony. Hi.
Good to see you. And you're welcome, K-Dash. Hello, my son man.
All right, so Estelle, let me just shuffle here.
Oh my goodness, look who made it here.
Gina!
Eggs Benedict. Oh, we have to talk,
man.
sister.
He's a fan of the Eggs Benedict.
Well, but it's been a while now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
And it's kind of a Silence of the Lambs story.
No, not exactly.
Well, there was a minor role it played.
Oh, dear. I'm so silly. All right. How do we want to do this one for Estelle? I asked you because it's a timing thing. Is there anything we want to do about that?
Okay, well...
Should we look for the Wheel of Fortune card and try to see the cards around that? What do you think?
Yeah, something like that. Let's see. Do you think that we would look for a certain kind of card? Like...
Well, he's asking when, right? When
Yeah.
will I meet? It's just that's all it is. When?
Okay, well, I'm going to follow your lead.
Well, or do you want to use something that's more romance? Is that what you were saying?
No, that's fine, but I guess I'm just trying to... You just want to see what falls around it.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not sure what we're looking for with those clues. Are we looking for the suit cards that say divisions of time, or what are we looking for?
I don't know. Do you want to just look for the core card then that has the first number?
Not necessarily. I like
Okay.
stretching.
Do you want to do 3 cards? Let's do 3.
Let's do 3 cards.
When all else fails, I go back to that. Timing is a tricky thing in the tarot.
Because timing means no difference. Makes no difference.
So this is the person Estelle's going to marry, too. So...
Hey, I'm wearing green too, you know.
Yes, Gina. The new fashion statement till after St. Patrick's Day.
I'm going to get tired of that.
And maybe I'll wear it longer. I mean, this doesn't say St. Patrick's Day. It says, good luck charm.
Well, at the risk of invoking somebody's cancel culture, maybe we can have some green eggs and ham.
Green eggs and ham. I love green eggs and ham. No. Didn't I have that once? I did. I did.
At that place?
There's this restaurant we go to, and they do a green eggs and ham. The green eggs are mixed with pesto, and so good. So
We always sit this way, Gina. What are you talking about?
We decided to switch it for various technical reasons, and also it gave Sunman more room to stretch out here with Mr.
So that the
O.
hair would fly up into my face and cause itching and sneezing. No, actually, because of that problem we had with the buffering last week, we did a couple other things, and we just wanted to kind of see how it worked out. But yeah, the spatial thing. What do you got?
Well, I've got the Tower card upright. I have the Lovers card reversed. And I have the Page of Cups reversed. I'm going to let you go first. Timing. What do you got?
Well, the question was specifically about timing. Okay.
Future spouse.
It's not exactly very clear here because what it looks like is there's some problems in emotional relationships probably, or there's just some back and forth stuff. There's some things that sort of almost go to the point and then maybe something happens and then they don't. I'm actually thinking that this doesn't look good for anywhere in the near year or so, because the cards themselves really speak about more not great aspects for relationships.
Well, it's funny because it's really interesting. I don't know if this is going to happen this year, but I feel as though there is something you need to go through and experience before you meet the spouse you're meant to be with. And it may be a rather difficult relationship, one that you have to part ways on because, again, there seems to be a huge either difference in opinion or maybe even a difference in lifestyle here. Something makes it come to an abrupt kind of shattering end. But through it all, I think what happens here, Saul, is it makes you more prepared for the person that you're going to meet. I know this is very vague, but this is what it looks like to me. It looks like you, because of the question you asked in timing, I feel like you have to go through this experience of this kind of negative relationship. And once it passes, you will meet the person you're meant to meet.
Hi, Apple and Eve. Thanks for dropping in. Thank you for enjoying.
Hey, thanks for stopping in and for hanging out in the background there.
Awesome. So let's do the Lenormand and see if it gives us any other idea there. But yeah, it just doesn't seem like it's immediately accessible at this time, that there just seems to be conditional things that have to happen maybe first or in relationship, preparation.
Well, okay, we're going to go with it. We got the Scythe here. That's been coming up a bit today. And we have the Rider. I think what this is telling me is that the energies are just not moving right now. There's no movement in this area right at the moment. So he might be right that even this might take a little bit of time to play out. The scythe, the cutting implement is not even facing the rider. And so I feel like there's nothing to make things happen or make things move or shake things up right now.
Well, to me, that scythe kind of coincides with the tower, saying that there still is something that needs to be torn down, and maybe it's more figurative. It's not really ingrained in you. It's maybe more surface things that need to vanish or disappear. It's not very ingrained, hardcore personality, behavioral things. It might be some more lighter things in your mind or in your life that you need to sort of part with or make some sort of amends or resolution with. With the news, I guess it just means that this will be coming, this will be coming more clear to you, possibly sooner than the idea of when that relationship with the wonderful person will happen. So maybe saying you'll have to deal with these kind of issues that we're talking about before a relationship thing could happen, or will be more likely to happen.
Yeah, I wish I had better news right now or more clear news, but that's what we have for you today. Good luck with that.
And thank you.
And let's see, we are on Nicole. Nicole, if you're still with us, you are up. And after Nicole is Cinderella, Sanjib, Anthony, and Gina.
So not only am I on the other side, oh, that's it. I'm just on the other side.
Well, it just there's an issue with one of our cords, and it seems to work best when we can plug it directly in and not into the power strip. So he gets a few less glitches this way. We'll see how it works out. We might switch back. We might move to the living room again. He's going to test again our connection in there. We moved our boxes around because we had to get a new cable box, and I don't know. Who knows? Maybe the connection will be better in there. We had all kinds of buffering when we tried it before in the living room.
Well, we had been experiencing some problems with our receiving signal anyway, and we kind of knew that it was probably the box was time, and the box was almost antique. We showed her a cord in the back that implied something to do with hooking the cord into a VCR, and she almost didn't know what that was. No, she did know what a VCR was. But
I think Nicole might have left us.
Let's give them one more minute.
Threw it out there, so we'll see. I don't know. They felt they were bumped off the list, or bumped down the list, and not
right.
really.
We don't do things like that on purpose. I really hope people believe that. We don't really try
I'm
to
looking at the beginning, and
fabricate
there was
the list.
many people in front of Nicole before she got here. So, okay. All right, so we're going to move on. I will move Nicole to the bottom. Cinderella, are you with us? You are next. So we'll try Cinderella. After Cinderella, Sanjib. And Anthony, I put you on the list. If you want a reading, you'll be there after Sanjib. And then Gina and Nicole's at the bottom now. So
we're really proud of Monster Hunter. He got an A- in his class.
Yes, he went back to school and he is doing fine. All right, great, Cinderella. What's coming towards Cinderella in love?
Hi, Cinderella. We got your question. All right. So, me again?
Yep. Oh, did you do the last one?
I don't remember. Maybe you didn't.
You can go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to use the English Magic Tarot. Whoops. If I can straighten out the flipped over cards. Okay. There we go.
It's absolutely a beautiful day outside behind us. Only 41 degrees today, but 50s and 60s this week. Oh.
It's a good day to work on the car.
Yes, I have a car problem, sadly. My car won't start.
I believe her battery went dead because of the not as often driving.
Well, we don't know, but it's not holding a charge.
So we're going to get it charged up and go over to the place where we usually go for these things and see if they can tell us, and we'll probably just slap a new battery in there and be done with it.
Yep. One more. All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 3 cards. Let's see what we've got. Okay, we have the 9 of Wands reversed. We have the King of Wands upright. Wow. We have the 7 of Cups upright.
Man?
Yeah.
I have a feeling like maybe in recent time frame you've been feeling either defeated or like you just don't really have things going for you in the right direction. Maybe you don't feel that you've been able to be involved in looking for possible relationships. And of course that's, quarantines, everything else going on. But the King of Wands says that either you are magnetic or that somebody magnetic is coming towards you. I feel this strongly. It is also positive, too, that this brings a great sense of elation to you because you just sort of feel like it gives you the realm of possibilities again to feel that you're moving back into a sphere of communicating with people. It's not just necessarily about romance, but it's just really about uplifting all of your emotional components, being able to break out of this year-long, hiatus that we've had from things wherever you're at. Things have just been a little bit difficult lately. You're going to find inspiration in the choices you feel coming.
Well, Cinderella, the Knight of Wands reversed is almost exactly, I would feel, as he said, that, don't give up on yourself if it takes a little time, but I do feel like something is coming towards you too. And I think this King of Wands indicates to me that it could be somebody with a lot of fire energy, could be a fire sign, somebody who, if they're not older than you, there's a maturity about them. There's a feeling of confidence and self-assuredness that kind of puts them above other people. You're kind of drawn to this very exciting energy. And I think it's very positive. But there's this Seven of Cups here. And I'm wondering one of two things here. Like maybe this is going to present you with a dilemma because this person might be coming into your life, but also I think maybe you might have more than one person coming into your life that's not mentioned here, and you may have some choices or decisions to make about what it is you really want. But the other thing is, if it's, as far as this relationship goes with the Seven of Cups, it may indicate that you guys might find each other in a situation where a lot's going on. Maybe it's a crowded venue of some sort. There's just a lot going on. It could be, I don't want to say a nightclub or something like that, but it could be just
a convention.
Something.
A group meeting, a church or service of some sort, an event.
Yeah, and I don't know, with wands, what do you think? Could that be summer or fall?
I think wands could be summerish.
Because we got two wands here, so if I was going to go through timing at all, it could possibly materialize this summer. Maybe sooner.
Yeah, we admit that sometimes picking up on the timing clues is not always our forte.
What's really interesting here is the mice. I'll get into that in a minute because it's combined with something else. And of course it's the stork, which is about change and newness. And I get the feeling here, I don't know why, but I almost wonder if this is talking about the times we're in right now. Sometimes the mice talks about delays, troubles, ill health. And so I think about the COVID virus, and I think about all the things it's causing as far as people trying to meet singles trying to meet each other goes. It's kind of a complicated landscape right now. And so I'm feeling like as this energy starts to shift and change, that maybe something is going to start opening up for you.
Well, to me, those two cards there, the mice and the stork, sort of represent the dichotomy of the shift, that basically the idea of the needy things or the small things that are not super troubling, but a little bit irritating or annoying. They're moving away towards this thing that's new coming here. The stork is bringing something new, and maybe, the little baby storks will chase the mice away or something metaphoric like that. But the idea is that you're going to be able to forget about what was the needy things because something much better is coming towards you. And it could be this sense of opportunity. It's coinciding maybe with that Seven of Cups.
So Mr. O, who claims not to know the Lenormand, kind of nailed something there because, I feel like maybe this period of feeling like lacking or lonely is about to change. That could very well be what's going on there.
Why, thank you.
Wow, Mr. O.
Who would
never
have
ceased to amaze me. So that's what we have for you, Cinderella. Thanks for hanging out with us and hanging in there for your reading. I hope that helps.
I was going to make some bad joke about taking out the garbage, but I didn't know if that would meet the quotient of never failing to amaze you.
Oh dear. I'm not sure I get what you said, but...
I am the master of obtusity.
Yes. All right, so Sanjib is on the ball here, got the question out there, and then Anthony,
Hi, Sanjib.
Gina, and Nicole.
Thank you, Cinderella. Appreciate hearing that.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks a lot, Sanjib. Appreciate that.
I clean up okay.
Getting marriage proposals, but I'm not happy with the choices. What should you do? Well, now, Mr. O, that's a good question.
Well, it almost sounds like starting off with a yes or no in a way, but then there's that what should you do?
Should we do the one where we do the two cards? Like, what if you took one of the choices?
What if you
waited?
Yes.
Let's do that.
Okay, your deck? Mm-hmm.
We're going to try something. We're not going to look at the three options specifically. I see you have three options. That's interesting, too. But let's look at first what would happen if you chose one of the choices, and what would happen if you chose
to wait.
If anything else would come along.
If you choose to not decide.
You still have made a choice. According to Rush, the rock group Rush.
Gina knows what I mean. And maybe some of you others do too. All right.
I always like that line. If you choose not to decide,
you still have made a choice.
Oh man, I like Rush.
And they may never play again. Or not without getting a new drummer, I guess.
Right.
But see, that's what happened to Keith Emerson in Emerson, Lake and Palmer. His arthritis he couldn't do it anymore. It was very sad, yeah.
All right.
So 2 piles.
Yep. So let me just slide this over a little bit for now. Or block the view a little bit of that. Do that. That's how we did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's
on the left is the idea of the three choices.
Right. It's a little bit of a mixed bag here either way, Sanjib. So let's say you chose choice number one, question number one, should you pick one of the choices that you have available? And for that, we have the Sun reversed. And we also have the Two of Wands reversed. And you know what? Right off the get-go, I'm just going to say with that Sun reversed here that you're not happy. I think
these choices aren't happy.
The choices, all three of them are not happy choices, and it seems as though you recognize that,
there's a loss.
There could be a loss here by doing that.
Either your autonomy or actual things you own or something.
Maybe just to say there's nothing to be gained. Maybe that's the way to say it.
There's no advantage.
But let's take a look at this other side. What if you waited? So we have the Knight of Swords here. But then we also have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Any ideas on that, Mr. O?
Well, the Knight of Swords is the kind of person that doesn't wait.
Yeah.
That they want to just really go forth and take it. And so the idea is that just saying if you're not going to take consider those other three possibilities, you wouldn't be just waiting. You would probably be more aggressive or assertive in where you would go to look or to see what could happen. But that Eight of Pentacles reversed
It's a cautionary note.
Would indicate that maybe you would be settling for something even less, or for something that would in some terms be more problematic. Mostly because maybe there would be a sense that you're really at differing levels with whatever those choices might be. Maybe you're out of class for them, maybe you're out of education levels, and it could be the other way. Maybe they're above you, maybe you're above them, I don't know. But it just sort of seems like if it's more likely that if you plow ahead into something, you're going to find more mismatches.
Yeah, so I think what it's saying here is that if you want to wait, you're going to have to really try to make, really sound choices. And also you have to be willing to put in the time and effort for finding what's really valuable to you. It may take more time than you'd like, but it might be worth it in the long run. Let's throw the Lenormand on that and see. And as a matter of fact, I just want to see what that's going to say. Maybe it'll give us a further clue on both of these options.
Yes, Gina, that is a lesson to understand. And it's very Zen in a way,
Yes.
Because of all the Capricorn in my chart, even though the fact that I'm Scorpionic, over many years I've learned to be more patient and cautious. One of my best friends who is astrologically fairly good, they always tell me that
goodness.
A Scorpio is an impatient Capricorn and a Capricorn is a patient Scorpio.
I don't know how many times you've told that story. But anyway,
To you,
let's
maybe.
move on. We got some important news for Sanjib.
Okay, hit it.
Okay, Sanjib, look, we have the garden card here. This is very interesting, and you'll see why, because I also pulled the partner card. So you know what that tells me, Sanjib? That the partner you're looking for is still out there. It's not one of these choices. I do feel that your partner is still out there, but it is going to require effort on your part to find that right person.
Right, and if you have extremely higher standards than maybe you think others might, that could present a problem. I'm not saying you have to lower your standards, but put all of that into your calculation, because you can have what you want, but you just have to be careful how you go about getting it. So if you're really sure you're not going to settle for less, you need to acknowledge that in some way.
Now you're bringing up the lyrics to the other rock song I like.
Which one?
You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need.
And I thought you were talking about Foreigner.
Oh.
I want to know what love is.
Oh, there's that. Well, you said you can't always get what you want, so
I know.
That. That's what we have for you. I hope that helps. Anjum.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
We are moving right along, and it's 3:33. Dun, dun, dun. So, Anthony, did you want a reading?
We understand some people may take little naps while we're...
And then there's Gina and Nicole.
Going into Gabfest.
Gabfest.
Okay, so do you want more general, or you have a more specific idea?
Looking for a love reading, please. Okay,
Okay.
Well, let's just generally see what's coming towards you, Anthony. Oh, I used this deck last time.
You did?
I did.
Okay, so let us use Dame Fortune's Wheel.
A general, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it'll be kind of general. We'll see what love vibes come up in there.
Well, just above that, he says looking for a love reading.
Yep. General love reading.
Got it.
Oh, they're gone. But I knew that. So back to the candy hearts. They're still candy hearts, but they're colorful like Easter eggs. So we'll just pretend they're Easter eggs in my bunny plate. Oh man, I saw something late yesterday that is like a major ticket item purchase for me. But gee, I haven't gotten anything new for my birthday yet. and it's coming.
And
oh my
the
gosh!
really
but it's
sad thing is I
so
can never
awesome.
surprise her because
Mitchell Osborne, who is at Intuitive Me on Twitter, had this great unboxing of these Lenormand tiles that somebody makes. And they're really beautiful, but they're really not cheap. They're small tiles, and then she makes these wooden reading boards. And she's got a great grand tableau reading board for the Lenormand for those tiles that just looks awesome.
okay, our first card is the Fool, upright.
The Fool, upright.
Our second card is the Knave or Page of Swords, reversed.
The Page of Swords, reversed.
And then we have the Four of Wands, and that's also reversed.
Okay, Four of Wands, reversed.
So to some degree, I get the feeling like an adventure of some sort is about to begin, or a new venture. It may involve possibly something to do with you and how you look at other people's happiness. Maybe there's something. Do you want to jump in? Because I'm having a little conflict here.
Well, I was thinking when I saw the Fool, I don't know, Anthony, if you are like looking for another relationship right now.
You didn't read their... They just want to see what's on the
currently
horizon.
in a relationship. What's on the horizon? Okay, so that's what I needed to know here. And I feel that, you know what? Things are going to be okay for a while. They're going to go fairly smoothly. I feel like the Fool here is indicating that maybe it's time to do something to shake up the world a little bit. You know, something, take a trip, do something that will bring you out of your comfort zone a little bit and challenge you both in some way. The Knave of Swords reversed just indicates to me that, communication matters in a relationship right now might be important. The Knave is the Page, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so be aware of how you communicate with one another. There might be some little bumps or burbles there. But I feel that right now the Four of Wands is never a bad card. Whether it's upright or reversed. When it's reversed, it's basically saying, enjoy what you have together. You have a good relationship right now. Maybe all it needs is a little adventure or stirring something up. And I think that's coming. I think something's coming. Go ahead. Did I get you on something? Did you?
No, I'm actually thinking that this is not necessarily about you so much, though it is peripheral in a way. I'm actually wondering if this is about another couple or some other friends and their relationship, and that maybe the journey has something to do with going to their wedding or their celebration. But I just sort of feel like maybe there's something that's sort of a little dodgy there. Maybe it's like it's been put off before because of everything going on. And maybe because as I understand how things are going for you, this sort of represents in a way a little bit of a test, because most people haven't been able to travel to any destination for a wedding or for any kind of celebration with or without, their family or their friends because of what's been going on. So this is maybe saying this is coming to this point where, in a sense, it's a sort of a challenge too, because maybe you haven't really had much of an opportunity to do this kind of thing yet. But I don't think it's a bad thing. It's kind of like what Banshee says. It just is a moment of reflection in a way too.
Well, here's another thing. When I look at that Fool, Anthony, I think that, and I also look at the Four of Wands here reversed, is that maybe, you need to challenge the status quo right now in some way. Maybe you need to shake up the comfort zone a little bit here. Maybe, maybe it's possible either yourself or your partner are not content completely with the way things are and just need to stir things up a little bit.
Yeah. Let's see what Lenormand says.
Yep.
Thanks for helping me out there. I floundered a little bit.
Did I help you out? Okay.
Yeah, I think you did. And I forgot what we were talking about, Gina.
I know the Four of Wands can be about weddings and celebrations too, but it is reversed here. I almost think it's like, some people, like, everything is at a nice status quo right now where things are comfortable. But sometimes things just need to be shaken up a little, a little bit more excitement added. And I think it's coming. I just do. Well, whatever it is, there's the star right here. There's a lot of hope and good vibes and enthusiasm. To me, that goes with the Fool here. And there's you. So I think that, you're very inspired right now, in your relationship. It seems as though that things should be going really, really well.
Right. I mean, maybe maybe what that's about is just a little bit of I don't want to say unease, but just a little bit of not total confidence about taking your own relationship to another level.
That could very well be as well.
Maybe that's what's on the horizon.
Maybe that's what's on the horizon, because the Fool can indicate new relationships and stuff like that, but if you're already in a relationship, it's like, what shift and change can we make to make it more exciting? Right?
Sure, why not?
Got it.
Got it.
So that's what we have for you, Anthony. Good luck with that. And we got plenty of time for Gina and if Nicole comes back.
And it's a shame that I'm going to have to use one of my decks twice in a row.
Oh.
Because Karma Music has been waiting for you, Gina.
Looking for a twin flame reading. Is my twin flame closing the gap between us?
Thank you, Anthony. You're welcome.
Hey, you're welcome, Anthony. Always good to see you here. Okay, so is the twin flame closing the gap between us? Well, what better deck is there for this than the Karma Music?
Are we talking about that thing where, like, they set one fire to meet another fire and then it puts them both out? Too late, she already thought you should have retracted it immediately.
Who knows indeed? Yes, Banshee's going to get what she wants for her birthday. Just trust me. So, tax refunds are coming if nothing else. And it is a pretty awesome thing, this Lenormand. They're small tiles, but I could definitely see the value of this. It would be very awesome to have that. But also the board. The board really intrigues me. I have a cloth reading thing for the Grand Tableau that Cyril Marchetti made. It's beautiful, but it takes up the entire table space. To have those little tiles and to set them out on the smaller board would be so much better. Whoa, Gina! What the heck? You have the Ace of Cups as your first card, but in true twin flame fashion, you also have the Tower reversed. We'll talk about that. No! And Justice reversed. There are...
It's all downhill after the Ace of Cups.
The Ace of Cups is the best card in the reading. The Tower is one of those cards, it's a bad card, and sometimes when bad cards, scary cards are reversed, they're better. But in this case, you really want to get the card upright. Because when it's reversed, it kind of indicates that there are lessons that need to be taken in by one or both of you twin flames that just isn't getting in, you know? It's like you're going to repeat the same cycles over and over again until you come to terms with whatever lesson you need to take away from this.
It's almost like with that justice reverse that there's a flip-flopping of your core values, that when you have the appreciation for compassion, yeah, they don't, and then when they do, you don't, and or whatever the other mix of your correspondences are, that you're almost always out of sync with each other, or not enough to close that gap.
You know, there is the potential here. That Ace of Cups to me just indicates the potential for love to flourish. But yet there's what he said. There's these things that are going against it. This justice is, there's some imbalance here between the two of you that needs to be righted. And I feel it has to do with some of these lessons that need to be...
Well, you know, the Tower in either form always kind of talks to me a little bit about karma and past lives on a much more thorough level. And so with justice reverse is saying, and I said flip-flopping, when one has these values, the other one doesn't, and then vice versa. And maybe that's gone on through some of your lives, not all of them, but some of them, to the point where maybe this has created this karmic situation for you as twin flames, where you have to figure out in this life how to really bring your tides or your flames together somehow. We can't tell you how to do that.
Well, not in this reading. And
not in this reading. Why did you do that, Banshee?
It is what it is, you know. That's why I kind of grimace when I have to do twin flame readings, because sometimes the news is not what you want to hear. So we have the cross here, and the cross indicates grief or crossed, crossed purposes in a way. And let's add the clouds to that, you know, clouds in the coffee sort of card.
Clouds in the crucifix.
I feel that there's a lot of anxiety and confusion about how to resolve, you know, the pain associated with this twin flame situation. I feel as though it's kind of a vicious circle.
These both relate to the Ace of Cups, because what they really do say is that there is this immense love. It may differ from lifetime to lifetime. Maybe sometimes it's explicitly mostly sexual and or emotional, and then maybe other times it's very platonic, but there's just this deep undercore there that links that idea of the cross and the clouds, because the devotion is there strong enough to want to work on these issues, but things in the human now are what are detracting from that. And some of that is the distance between you and or the other situations or structures in your lives that prevent.
Well, see, on the one hand, I could look at what you're saying there, Gina, and say that, you know, all of this stuff could come to an end if things became more clear. You know, if things became clear between the two of you, you know, if each understood where each other stands. And I just feel like if the confusion could clear and lessons could be absorbed, maybe the grief would come to an end. So that's what we have for you. I wish it was happier. But it's not. It's not. Oh, my sweet Christina, you must know we're at the end of our list. Unless Nicole is back. If is Nicole back, we're going to ask one more time, because I felt
and we have Vanita Jean has asked a message. She just popped in just while we were doing Gina's seer.
Nope.
She's there.
Oh, Vanita, I see you. All right, my sweet Christina, we'll
do that.
We'll try to fit that in for you. Hey, no problem. You're welcome, Gina. And we'll do Vanita.
Okay, so Vanita is asking messages from Sag Chris, their ex.
Okay. see what we've got about that.
Basically, you're wondering, Vanita, if you're going to hear from them, if they're going to send you a message or get in touch with you somehow.
Well, yeah, I hope that's it. I'm not sure.
And thank you for liking our page, Vanita.
Yep, sorry I missed you there.
I remembered. We should probably still be able to get to
Oh yeah, we'll
Christina.
get to your question, my sweet Christina. We'll do
Because
that.
I like doing those.
We will
those
close
questions.
out with that. I had an aunt named Ophelia. She was my godmother.
Isn't that
raised
funny?
Catholic. She was a real sweetie. Shuffle. Yeah, that is kind of, I thought that reading, Gina, was typical twin flame reading, really.
Yeah,
So
actually.
I'm not at all surprised.
It just lined right up, really.
Yeah.
Okay. Messages from Sagittarius Chris.
And it's your ex, okay. Well, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is reversed. Then we have the Knight of Cups upright. But then we have the Three of Cups reversed. Do you want to go ahead with that one, Mr. O?
Well, I'm not sure if you will get a message, but I do get the feeling like they did care. I don't know if they still do. There was this romantic thing there. Maybe it's coming back, but maybe it just can't quite be the same for some reason. The Three of Cups sort of is telling me that maybe it's not quite there anymore if it was, or that trying to re-invoke it would be the same. And maybe the key is in that King of Swords, because maybe certain things happened that separated parts of you from each other in a more permanent way. Like maybe there were certain things that were just too hard for one or the other of you to forgive for each other, and or that they just created for maybe a while, if not forever, a division, something that just basically keeps you kind of cleaved apart, chopped apart.
Okay, Vanita. King of Swords reversed. Page of Cups, is that right? Knight of Cups, upright. So I wonder, I'm going to ask, was there, and the Three of Cups reversed, was there somebody else involved here in the split between you two? Was there a third party perhaps, or maybe there's a third party now? That Three of Cups reversed kind of indicates to me that there could have been a separation related to that. Some people might, I feel that there might be regret on the ex's part over some decisions that they made that weren't necessarily smart. I feel there may be some regret there and some remorse and some feelings, but I'm not getting yet any kind of contact that could come, from your ex to you. I'm going to throw the Lenormand too and see if it gives us a little bit more information there. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
It wasn't really clear to me that it would come back, but it seemed like maybe there were still feelings there. But maybe the idea too is that they realized something has kind of basically kept you apart or separated you, and that it's just not as likely to happen.
Let's see.
But never say never,
I don't see communication right now, particularly with that three reversed. I see people more pulling back. But this does want to say, I've got the stork here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first card I pulled. And the second card I pulled is the wonderful Star card. You know, I get the feeling that they wish you well and that this change, in status might be permanent, but it might be for the best is what I'm gathering. The stork is about change and new beginnings, and I feel that this might be relating to what they're feeling for you, is that they're wishing you well on your way, or, maybe what this is saying overall is that this change was probably for the better.
Well, I'm going to say, too, that I also get the feeling like this is saying that something new will come to you, a new relationship. I don't know when, but I just get the feeling something new will come to you, and that when and if you are ever acquainted with Chris again, it will be good. You'll each have learned, that you can still like each other as friends, and that you're happy about where each of you have gone in your lives. But yeah, I just don't think that it's very likely, and that it's more likely, something new develops probably for both of you.
Well, good luck with that, Vanita.
Good luck.
I'm glad you made it in to get a question in. And my sweet Christina wants to know if Ophelia was her mother's biological mother. Well, let's try it. Let's see what we get.
Okay, so is it me?
Yeah, it can be you.
We'll use English magic again.
Yeah.
And we want to thank everybody for coming to the show today.
Yeah, it's fun today.
Don't forget to look at our other live stream on Thursday nights, as well as our other content. We do some weekly shows, we do a monthly show, and we do occasional other content related to current events or topical ideas. So if you're interested...
Our last successful one was the Super Bowl.
2 years in a row, we have predicted the winner of the Super Bowl.
Yes.
But, as you can see, we like doing past lives. We like to do things about people's mysterious questions. So give us, or not so mysterious, give us some ideas of something you'd like to see us do. I mean, I have a very interesting idea that I'm going to share with Banshee.
Oh, another one? Didn't you share one already today, Mr.
Oh, this one's much more interesting.
Okay.
Let's just say it would be our version of opening up Al Capone's vault.
Oh, no. That sounds scary, Mr. O.
Not if you... Well, more for me when you hear what I'm... What do you think, Banch?
I don't know. Well, we got one ace, so it's not definite, but it's for some reason
That's fine, Chris.
It is leaning towards no.
We just love your questions and your presence, so it's all good.
Yeah, you know what? It's leaning towards no, and trying to get it here. We have the devil reversed.
Huh.
And then we have the Knight of Coins reversed.
Well, it almost... Okay,
Go ahead.
I don't know why any of you have that feeling about that. But I almost wonder if maybe this is about, somebody purposely being deceptive, because the devil, of course, is considered to be the prince of lies. The Knight of Coins is reversed too, and that sort of indicates contrary actions or motions.
Yeah,
It's a convenient lie for somebody to think that, or that they have been deceived into thinking that.
I think what the devil reversed here is that this is eventually going to be revealed. This is going to come out into the open. I mean, it's not like the moon reversed, but I just feel like somehow, some way, you're going to find out the truth of this. It's leaning towards no, so it could be no. It could be that there was somebody else who was the mother. Somebody who was maybe an earth sign and...
Right, both of those are earth signs.
They're both
Capricorn.
they're Capricorn influence.
Now, the interesting thing about that is that, of course, in astrology, Capricorn is opposite Cancer. And both of those signs, Cancer and Capricorn, tend to relate to conditions about your mother and your father, respectively.
Yeah.
Capricorns are sort of father energies, Cancer are mother energies. But they can be reversed, and it could just be saying this is... The true mom is maybe somebody that has a lot of more masculine or Capricornian type energies about them, or something.
Well, let's throw some Lenormand.
It gets to be
that.
speculation for us, and we love it.
So you did have the Ace of Cups upright, and so that's just to let you know was leaning towards no.
Hello, Sunman.
Sunny is back. All right. Why is this coming up all the time in this deck? What is up? And I think you might have gotten this with your other question. Did you have the scythe in your other question? For some reason, it's back, the scythe. It's been coming up in a lot of readings today. And the mountains. So it seems to me that it is difficult, and I think I might have said this before, it is difficult getting to the bottom of this. I think that, there's just got to be layers of stuff you're going to have to cut through to see what the facts really are here. It's not going to be that easy.
With the scythe turned away, it may be that the effort won't really ever find a conclusive result.
Might be true.
That you may feel like it's given you the information, but it's just not conclusive enough. It's not even 50%. So, of course, it becomes, more stuff to add into the bag of legends, about this particular history.
So that's what we have for you. Thanks for asking that one. That's very
cool
awesome.
Question.
And that takes us right up to the end of our show. Woohoo.
The end.
The end. So thank everybody for joining us on this wonderful Sunday afternoon here.
Hey, let's give them a kitty cam.
Kitty cam? Okay.
You have to learn how to do that too,
Well.
Pick it up.
Where are you? There he is. Except he's all washed out in the sun. That's because he's the sun man. There you are. Aww.
So everybody says thanks for coming, including our sun man.
Sonny wants to say thank you. He likes his moment on camera. So we have given it to him. And hopefully you guys will have a good rest of the day.
We had a fun day Sunday too, everyone. Thank you.
We will see you again on Thursday
it was
evening.
Interesting, wasn't
and by
it?
the way, next Sunday we will be celebrating our cat's 7th birthday, which is Monday, I think, the Monday following.
Yeah, we think they were born on the Ides of March.
So, be there for that. Maybe there will be cat treats.
You never know.
All right, everybody. Hope to see you again soon. Take care. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.